Time for the highlights. Round 5, Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship. This is the Red Bull Budds Creek National. Big crowd on hand here just south of Washington, D.C. We'll start it off with 250 Moto number 1. Ken Roczen would get out to the early lead in the Red Bull KTM. Geico Honda of Justin Barcia right behind him. Those two would duke it out. Barcia was never more than a few seconds off, but every time he put in a challenge, it seemed like Roczen was able to answer it. The number 70, still looking for his first Moto win in the U.S. It looked like today could be the day. Pretty far back early was Blake Baggett. He'd worked his way up to third. He was about 9 seconds off of that lead duo, but he kept closing in. Further back, Marvin Musquin and Eli Tomac went on it. Tomac, last week's winner, would get into 4th, but he would crash, allowing Musquin to get the 4th position back. Tomac went into the Moto in 5th. Late in the race, things start to change. Barcia gets around Roczen, and Baggett has caught them. He goes past Roczen as well. He would rally. He'd try to get Barcia at the end, couldn't do it. And here's Roczen actually rallying on the final lap. It was a bang, bang, bang finish. Barcia taking the win over Baggett and Roczen. 250 Moto 2, Roczen still looking for his elusive first Moto win in the U.S. He has another great opportunity here with a great start and more laps led with his teammate Musquin right behind him. Not pictured as Barcia, first Moto winner. A terrible start in this one. He was 20th at the end of lap 1. Coming through traffic, Baggett and Tomac. They would eventually get to the second place rider, Musquin. Baggett would clear him quickly. Tomac could not. That allowed Baggett to pull away and focus on the leader, Roczen. Baggett had a 9-second deficit. He would close that in, going for yet another Moto victory. Then Roczen ran into a lap rider, Tevin Tapia, which slowed him up tremendously. That allowed Baggett to grab the lead and pull away, and with 2-1 scores, the number 12 takes his second win of the year. Roczen will be second overall. Barcia fights his way back to 5th, with Musquin 4th, and Tomac 3rd in the Moto. That was good enough for 3rd overall for Barcia. On to the 450s. Ryan Dungey with the red plate. He is your series leader on the Red Bull KTM. Whole shot going to go here to Team Honda Muscle Milk's Justin Brayton. He needed that. He's had a tough season so far. Brayton hung tough early, but Dungey was able to move from 2nd to 1st and then move away from the field. Behind him, Alessi, Tickle, Byrne, Weimer. Great racing between that group. Rider on the move was Tickle. Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki guy gets around Alessi, then gets around Brayton. A career day for Tickle. He would take 2nd in this Moto. As for Alessi, he didn't quite have the stuff in this race that he had the last one in Pennsylvania. He would eventually get passed by Weimer, and the Monster Energy Kawasaki rider number 21 would take 3rd in this Moto. Another Moto win for Dungey. Let's move on to Moto number 2. 450 Moto 2, Alessi is back to his old tricks, grabs another whole shot on his Moto Concepts number 800 machine, but Dungey is off to a good start as well. Not able to get around him quickly, though. Alessi did a great job riding, as they say, the wide motorcycle, covering all the lines. Eventually, though, Dungey was able to make the pass. Alessi was just as stubborn with Tickle, who was on a roll again. Took a couple laps for Tickle to find the line around Alessi, but he makes the pass with authority and would get into the number 2 position to go 2-2 on the day. Dungey holds on, takes another 1-1 sweep. Tickle is going to finish 2nd on the day. Great racing right down the line. Alessi would end up 3rd overall, and Jake Weimer would be edged out, would have to come through traffic. He'd finish 4th in this Moto, but that was just enough to push him to 4th overall for the day. I'm Jason Wygant, your host. Series takes a 2-week break before resuming with the Red Bud National in Michigan. Go to allysports.com for more.